Hi, everybody. Welcome to this week's forecast. This is going to be for, we're going to start it today on Sunday, February 23rd, and it's going to go until next week on February 29th. So this is a special reading. The reason that I'm actually starting it today on a Sunday when normally I do a Monday to a Sunday is because today, the 23rd, is the new moon in Pisces. And a new moon brings with it a chance to set new intentions. It's a highly energetic period of time. This is, a really nice energy to work with. We, just like the moon, go through cycles ourselves and our soul. So when a new moon comes up, it's our opportunity to take inventory and decide, what do we hope to accomplish in this next cycle? And with a new moon in Pisces, I've pulled the card here because I feel like let's talk about what that means. And then you're going to choose one pile to get an overview of the energy that you'll be working through this week, okay? So with the new moon in Pisces, this is really a time, Pisces season is really a time to trust your feelings. It's a deeply intuitive sign. It's a water sign. It is absolutely like going into the depths of your heart, into your inner wisdom. It is a time where you're going to be making decisions more from a place of feeling and emotion than from logic and mental headspace, okay? And that's what Pisces calls for. It's a time for joy and pleasure and really trusting the emotional vibe that you're existing in, okay? Letting your intuition speak to you, really trusting in the mystery, all right? And that's why we have this new moon in Pisces card. It's a darker blue, right? It's a darker color because it's really about not being able to see what's coming up ahead. It's about trusting and having faith and surrendering into whatever is in store for you is going to be for your highest good. It's going to grow you and evolve you like always. But you do want to take the time right now to set your intentions. Think about what you want to change or shift. What do you want to feel better in? What aspect of your life do you want to feel more happy or more secure or maybe more proud of yourself? Or maybe you want to try and tap more into this Pisces energy. If you are somebody who works really hard and doesn't give yourself a lot of downtime to have pleasure and joy and relaxation, then let that be one of your intentions, because Pisces season is very much a time of like following your dreams, and it's romantic. It's an energy that is fluid and should be feeling pretty good, okay? So when you set your intentions, think about, what does that mean for you? How would spending some time in the next month benefit you? What would you want to do, all right? If you could just do things that really speak to your heart and soul, it's almost like if you get invitations this week to do things, only say yes if it's like a hell yes. If it's like, oh my gosh, that sounds like so much fun, I would love to do that. Go for it, all right? That's the energy that Pisces is really bringing, is kind of like a more enjoyable time period, okay? And your emotions might feel high. You might feel, especially if you are a Pisces, you might feel your emotions deeply. You might feel like they're closer to the surface. So just go with it. Just own it, because this is the season for it, all right? And just trust your gut, okay? So we're going to move on to the readings now that are individual. So you're going to choose a pile. We have the Citrine, we have the Rainbow Hematite, or we have the Turquoise Geode, okay? So you decide which pile is calling to you. You could choose based on the crystal, the color, piles 1, 2, or 3. It doesn't make a difference. So when you're ready, you can hit the timestamp in the description box below to jump to whatever reading you're interested in hearing for this week. You can listen to all 3 if you wanted. You can listen to 2. You can set an intention for each individual pile. You can think to yourself, okay, this is relationships, work, dreams. You can assign meaning to them if you wanted to do it that way. You could do this however you want, all right? There's no right or wrong way. So when you're ready, just click that description box and you can click on the stone that the pile's associated with. So again, Citrine, Rainbow Hematite, and Turquoise Geode. All right, see you soon. Hi, to those of you that went with the orange calcite crystal. we'll get started. All right, so the first card that I'm going to be pulling from this pile is a chakra card. Okay, so this is the chakra that you're going to be working with this week. And for you guys, it is the heart chakra. All right, it's the green chakra. So with our heart, we're always thinking about emotions, relationships, forgiveness, compassion. How are we treating ourselves, thinking about ourselves, how are we treating other people? Because this card does bring up the idea of gossip, we're going to want to file that away and keep in mind that you could be dealing with some lower vibrations this week in terms of people in your life, okay? So you may or may not have coworkers or quote unquote friends, people online, some people or person in your life that is potentially talking about you, being insincere, being fake. We all know what gossip is. It's really an engagement of a low vibe behavior, okay? Gossip is when we're passing judgment, talking about somebody, speculating about them. That never serves anybody, right? None of us know what each other's dealing with. So if you get caught up in an opportunity, like let's say you're on the phone with your best friend and your best friend wants to start to gossip about somebody, tap into your heart space and make yourself above it this week, okay? You want to be operating from a higher vibration. You want to tap into your heart space. This is the new moon, which means that you really want to set the right intention for this month. You want to put the right energy out there, because what we put out is what we get back. If we are engaging in the gossip and we are getting caught up in that type of conversation, you can bet that that's going to come back to us, okay? And that the person that we're talking about will feel it, because we are connected energetically to each other. Now more than ever, we're living in a 5D vibration on this earth, which means that our thoughts travel faster. So if you are talking about somebody, and even if it's not that bad, know that on some level, they're receiving that energy from you. And you have to tap into your heart and think, do I want to be the person that delivers something negative to somebody else? Do I really want to hurt them? Do I really want to make them feel bad about themselves? Don't play into that, okay? You're getting the past life card of leaving or travel. So if you are looking to go somewhere this week, you have a trip coming up, take that as validation that, all is well, that should go well. And if you were considering making a decision involving travel, you're definitely being validated on that with this card. But on a whole, this card's going to play into the entire reading with all of the cards here, okay? So leaving or travel, coming up with gossip to me is get away from it, separate yourself, exit the room, end the conversation, don't be a part of the group, don't engage in that behavior this week. You're getting you are not alone, isolation, physical connection, and community. You might feel alone, right? Let's say you're in a situation where the pattern has been where people gossip, everybody talks about each other. These types of conversations, this is like a normal thing in that environment. Maybe it is your work environment. And on your soul level, it makes you uncomfortable. You hate it. You feel bad when you're around it. You feel bad for the other people. You dislike this quality in other people. You don't like being a part of it. It makes you feel uncomfortable. Leave, okay? Walk away, even if that makes you feel alone, even if you're the only person walking away and not engaging, okay? Even if you're the only person at the office that's not playing the gossip game, do it anyway, all right? Because that is what is necessary for you and for your highest good, because you know better. And just know that you're not alone, okay? You will, if for some reason the idea of changing up the pattern of gossip impacts any friendships, don't worry about it. There are other people that are going to be in alignment with you, probably coming into your life soon. Doing the right thing is going to bring something new into your life, okay? Don't fill up your energetic space with lower vibrations of gossip or talking bad about somebody. You're also getting the Star Mother, taking time to mother yourself. It's a beautiful, beautiful image, like Mary. How can you mother yourself? How can you treat yourself with love and compassion and all of the nurturing that you deserve, right? Because the mother energy is nurturing. It's unconditional love. You need to be giving that to yourself, okay? If you are, if you follow that progression, you're around the gossip, you're around the low vibe behavior and whatever that is, you decide to leave, you go home, you're by yourself, you're literally feeling lonely, do something to pick yourself up. okay? Do something to make yourself feel good because you did the right thing by having a higher standard for yourself. So definitely take the time this week to do things that are good for you and nurture you. You're getting number 46, the thinking man. So I have a feeling this week is going to bring up a lot of thoughts in your head about things. You're going to be introspective. And don't forget, with the new moon in Pisces, that is the energy of meditating and contemplating, really being deep in thought, really connecting to your soul, thinking about how you're feeling. How are you feeling about life? Are you where you want to be? What could change to make you happier? What could, something could be added into your daily routine that would make you feel more, joy, more happiness, more peace, more serenity, something that would just make you feel better, okay? So I think you are going to be thinking along those lines. And you're also getting number 50, the angel of strength. I think that kind of comes up with, and even the way that I'm putting them on the table, it's showing up, and I'll just show you, it's showing up underneath the leaving and travel card, okay? So I feel like it might take a little bit of strength on your end, okay? This light reflection drives me nuts. Sorry, guys. It's going to take a little bit of strength on your part to do the right thing. I think it's probably going to be one of those situations that you've participated in the past, and now all of a sudden you're kind of changing your expectation and changing your game. And people are going to be like, well, what's your problem? Like, we always talk like this, or, what are you, too good to engage in conversations like this? It's going to take you being true to yourself. All right. Not to worry about what anybody else is thinking. Even if you have been a certain way up to this point, that doesn't mean that you have to keep that pattern going once you realize how much it doesn't serve you. Okay. You're getting the King of Swords, which is an awesome energy because he says what needs to be said. He sees things for what they are. His perception is spot on. He doesn't, take any BS. He doesn't have time for it. So he's going to have conversations that, if somebody says, like, questioning you, if any of your friends are like, what's up with you? Why are you acting a little different? You can have a tactful conversation of explaining how you're feeling, all right? Because you are in touch with the High Priestess, okay? Your High Priestess is your intuition. This is your divine feminine. This is you being connected to your heart, you hearing the voice of your soul speaking to you. So you don't have to second guess or doubt any of the way that you feel this week because you're operating with that High Priestess energy. And you're on the money anyway because you're getting the Justice reversed card. There's somebody being sneaky, right? This goes right in line with that gossip. There's somebody that isn't being true to you. There's somebody that's definitely trying to take advantage of you potentially, or say something about you, make you look bad. There's some kind of shady energy, but you're operating that King of Swords and the High Priestess. That's a powerhouse of, I see and I recognize exactly what's happening, and I'm not having it. All right, I'm not participating. I'm not engaging in this with you. I'm not playing around. I don't have time for you. I'm going to focus on myself. I'm going to move elsewhere, because once I put myself elsewhere, I'm then going to open my energy up for better people that are more like-minded and more on my vibration to step into my life. All right, and that Queen of Water, that's emotional balance. That's really being quite in touch with your divine inner wisdom, very similar to that High Priestess energy of trust yourself. Okay, this has been coming up, this is coming up twice now. Trust yourself. Trust what you think, trust how you feel, stay calm, stay steady. You don't have to fight with anybody. You don't have to judge anybody. You just have to remove yourself from something that you're picking up in your gut that is not cool. All right. And then that Five of Earth. Don't worry if you're feeling like that makes you at a disadvantage, or like you're the only one walking away, or it's involving you having to like distance yourself from somebody that you've been close to, or a group that you're close to. The Five of Earth indicates like a sense of loss, like a sense of not having all that you need, maybe not having all the companionship or the friendship if you don't participate in those behaviors. But you don't have to worry about that. You're always provided for, okay? Don't let any fear of change or not having what or who you need in your life stop you from doing the right thing this week. If the right thing is to distance yourself from something, you have to do that. You have to trust yourself. I'm just going to sit with these cards for one more minute. I feel like this also could kind of go with the idea of growing yourself, because you're getting the thinking man. And he's really like, a card that can represent learning something, caring about yourself to grow yourself, really just like learning who you are and what you're really capable of with manifesting. All right, learning about your own soul and your energy and what this really means in your life and how to make the most out of your life. If you are looking to grow yourself, if you are looking to really dive into something new in self-discovery and in personal growth, then definitely do that, even though your friends and your family might not totally understand. Okay, you might make a decision or be thinking about going down a path that's really maybe more spiritual for yourself, or maybe it is learning something spiritual. Okay, because when we get the "you're not alone" card, that really indicates a sense of being different, like that isolation and that lack of connection, which also comes up here in that Five of Earth. When we're feeling like alone, when we're feeling like we don't have somebody, that tends to be because our perception and our perspectives are different from other people, okay? So you might have friends in your life right now that don't totally get you or get where you want to head. Because this High Priestess and the Queen of Water, these are deeply, deeply intuitive energies that really are working with soul, okay? This is working with your higher self, both of these. So if you have people in your life that don't really understand where you're at emotionally right now, or what's on your heart, then just let them be confused. Don't worry about it. Set on your path this week. Focus on what builds you up and makes you feel really good, what brings you comfort, what is something that really just makes your heart feel good, okay? Because ultimately, you have this Star Mother message here of just love yourself. So with all that in mind, I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching. Talk to you soon. Hi. So for those of you that chose the rainbow hematite, which I don't know if you can see the iridescence of this crystal, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. You can see all the shimmery rainbow quality to that. I love that one. So we're going to get started. First card that was pulled is a chakra card. So for this week, you guys are going to be focusing on the purple chakra, which in this deck represents your third eye, okay? And you're going to be working on the theme of forgiveness this week. So you're really, and it goes totally in alignment with that new moon in Pisces energy, because Pisces is a deeply intuitive sign. It's a water sign. You're working with your intuition. You're going to really tap into what you can see and what you can pick up on that you might not know how you know it, right? It's the energy, it's the vibration of the people around you. It is the that sixth sense picking up on the information that is invisible, okay? And forgiveness matters this week, so that means somebody in your life might need your forgiveness, all right? And I'm gonna guess, because you also have the Asia past life card coming up, that maybe there's somebody who has wanted you or expected you to be what they wanted you to be or do what they wanted you to do, and you feel like you can't be or do that for them, okay? If there is a vibe for you that you need to do your own thing, you need to follow your own path, you need to go in your own direction, all right? This card, this Asia card represents, when this comes up from this past life deck, it means that in a past life, if you're a part of the Asian culture, it's like group harmony, okay? It's like being a part of a whole and having to do what everybody does in order to make that whole work, okay? But because it's coming up with forgiveness, I feel like there's probably somebody in your life that maybe you've had a little bit of conflict with expectations. So for this week, you're going to have to kind of forgive them and release them for the fact that they wanted something from you that you're not prepared to give, okay? You have coming up next the number 7, community, all right? This is from the Energy Oracle deck. Community, meaning being with people who are like-minded to you, and you have walking away, okay? So again, with that forgiveness coming up, if you needed to use your voice, if you need to actually have a conversation this week, in which you're going to be talking about to somebody that you need to be surrounded by people who are like-minded to you. They care about what you care about. They're into what you're into. You're on the same wavelength as them. You need to be surrounded by people who are, that you guys are on the same vibe with, okay? You might have to distance yourself or walk away from a relationship right now that isn't serving you, a relationship that is not on that vibe. They can't relate to it. They don't understand it. Forgive them for the fact that they just don't know any better. Forgive them for the idea that they wanted you to be what they wanted you to be, but you can't be that. It's really not their fault. One of the messages of this deck with this card in particular is about seeing the other person as a child and forgiving that child, okay? So if there's somebody in your life who has these expectations on you that you cannot fulfill, it is okay for you to move on and go in the direction that fits you better, right? Finding the people that fit you better right now at this point in your life. Spirit is giving you the okay on that. You're also getting the 7 Star Sisters, Birthing Creations, Tapestry of Life, Expression. This is another community card, okay? The 7 Star Sisters, this is about like-minded individuals again. So you're really being urged by Spirit to be open to finding people who are more in alignment with you. And you're also getting Leap, okay? Jump, right? You go first, the universe will catch you. So if you have something on your heart where you really want to try something new, you want to do something that is different, something out of the norm, something you've been thinking about, something that maybe other people can't understand in your life, you're being told to go for it. And then with your tarot cards coming up, you're getting the Moon, which does indicate the fact that Spirit is in charge. You can't see what's up ahead clearly. You've got to trust and surrender, and notice that in this leap, the Moon is also present. Okay, so let's just talk about the fact that it is a new moon and you're getting these 2 moon cards. Very much about trust and surrender. You don't need to see how things are going to work out. You don't need to see and have all of your pieces in place and be, having troubleshooting for every possible situation, that if I do this, what could happen and what might not work out. Don't even go there. You're being told to find the people that are like you. Join something new this week. Connect with a new group. Start to put yourself in an environment around people that are definitely more in alignment with you. You're also getting the 2 of Cups. This is a connection, union type of a card. Okay, this is a new relationship. This is something that is going to be very, very good for you, very positive, very happy, very loving. And then you're also getting the 10 of Cups. Again, a really loving, happy relationship card. So I think that when you leap and you move and you put yourself in this new situation and you start to spend time with different people, these people are going to be extremely good for you and your soul. Okay, I think they're going to be somebody, people who matter a lot, whether it's one person or a group of people. There's going to be a new connection this week that you need to be open to, because it's going to benefit you. This connection is going to be wonderful. It's going to fill you with love. It's going to be really good for you. And you need to follow. You're getting the High Priestess, following your intuition, really validating, this Moon card here with intuition, and you're getting the Sun. This is joy. This is like the sun will be shining. It's not going to, the week might start off this leap and finding your community, right? Like finding your people, finding somebody new, associating yourself with something that's more in alignment with you. It's not always going to be that moon. I can't see clearly ahead what's ahead of me. The sun's going to be coming out and you're totally going to be able to see how wonderful your decision was. So for this week, forgive anybody who can't understand you or relate to you, and head yourself in a new direction with people who are going to fit you better. And definitely be open to a new connection this week, okay? So whether it's with a group or whether there's somebody very special that you meet, trust it. Spirit is validating that this is going to be very good for you, okay? It's going to bring you joy. It's going to bring you love. And you're getting like all of this validation. Beautiful cards, beautiful reading. I wish you a wonderful week. Thank you so much for watching. Hi, friends who've chose the green turquoise geode. So for you guys this week, you kind of have a bit of a heavy reading. I just went through the cards to get a feel for them. Coming up as your first card is a chakra card. I pulled one for each group of which chakra you're going to be working through this week. And you guys are getting the root chakra and the theme of acceptance, okay? And this is indicating definitely some pretty heavy emotions that you're feeling and some things that you're working through. Okay, so acceptance is definitely about accepting the situations that we're in, accepting life the way that it is, which is really hard because for us, sometimes situations that bring really heavy emotions and sadness and loss and grief and anything that is really hard to make sense of, maybe why things happen the way that they happen. It's hard to generate acceptance. That's a really, really difficult process. So this week, I believe that you are going to be focusing on that. You're getting the War and Battles card. So War and Battles, while this is from a past life card, War and Battles to me with acceptance means you've kind of been through something. Your soul has probably been evolving through a hard situation, okay? And when we look at these two cards coming up, you know, to me, this is just like really this idea of trying to deal with a situation that has beaten you up emotionally, physically, mentally. This is like, I can't make sense. I can't accept the loss or the devastation that I feel over something in particular, right? It's like really being traumatized, all right? There probably was something that is traumatic for you that you've gone through, and it's no joke, and the feelings are real, and let's face it, this situation is what makes life hard, okay? These types of situations where it's really hard for us to swallow the hand of fate on certain things, and no amount of human logic can explain certain situations. So that's definitely something that you're going to be working through this week. The reason that you want to work through it, and this is where it's hard, right? This is the duality of life. To accept something that you don't want to accept is monumentally difficult, but when you're able to operate from a place of faith and surrender, then you can actually start your healing process. If you are existing in a state of resentment and anger and, you know, cursing God off for what's been given to you, or what you've experienced, or maybe somebody that you've loved experienced, that's, you know, while it's probably natural and it's part of the process that we all go through, you have to try to get to a point where you can move past it because you want to start to heal, right? That root chakra is the bottom. It's the base of our spine. It's the foundation of our life. It's our connection to this earth and to this human experience. We always want our energy to be traveling upwards. We always want to have that upward flow. And when we're trapped in that root chakra imbalance and that root chakra closed off, blocked up energy, it's actually very, very unhealthy for us. And it's not going to change and lift any of the emotions that are attached to it. So the healing comes from when we're able to really say, okay, I don't understand this, but I'm ready to try and accept it. You know, it won't be a fully, okay, I accept it, but it could be a little tiny baby steps to, I'm going to try. I'm going to pray that you give me the grace to try to accept it. Okay. And that's it. Baby steps. The next card coming up is the World. And this card is all about perspective. Okay, and you can see that there's man standing and looking at the earth from a far distance, and it's really about putting stuff in perspective and putting things, you know, is the macro to the micro. How big of a situation is this particular moment in terms of my entire life, okay? What am I holding on to resentment and anger about that's blocking up me being able to move forward, okay? What am I not able to let go of and it's holding me back? You have to put some things in perspective, okay? Indecision moving forward, the number 8. This is a big deal because, first of all, the number 8 to me is always representative of it reminds me of the infinity symbol, obviously, if you turn it sideways, which is on the Magician in the tarot. And that always reminds me of manifestation. To me, the number 8 is about making things happen and having a balance and having a flow. When we're stuck in indecisiveness, when we're not able to see the big perspective, the bigger picture here, when we are trapped in a moment. We're missing all of our life. And that absolutely isn't where we want to be, okay? Because you have a life to live no matter how things have been going. You're here for a reason. If you're alive, you're here for a reason. So you want to have the flow happening in your life no matter what you've experienced in the past. You don't want to stay in the past because you're going to miss your present, okay? And eventually that will catch up to you and you'll feel the pain of that, okay? So I'm just going to put the rest of the cards out so I can hold these up. You're now getting also an I'm sorry. This card is extremely powerful. It says, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. The fact that we're here, you know, this root chakra is being reflected in this card as well is really interesting to me. There has been something that has happened in your life that really, really rocked you and you can't seem to get past. But Spirit definitely wants you to work on that this week. Spirit wants you to go within and love yourself and have compassion for yourself. And really, you know, you're getting the take a break card, okay? Really just let it go easier on yourself, okay? Let things be a little bit less intense because you can't exist in a state that is constantly in agony or constantly upset and stressed, angry, resentful, and sad, okay? Take a break. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. You have to take a break from these intense emotions. You're going to have to do something this week that will make you feel a little bit better. Even if it's for just a little bit, you're being told that like this lack of acceptance, these heavy, heavy emotions are taking their toll on you. And it's not fair to you. You're hurting yourself more. You're perseverating more with that than you even really need to, okay? So with the 3 tarot that are coming out, you're getting the Devil, you're getting Death, and then you're getting a reverse 3 of Wands. The thing about this, the Devil is exactly what's happening, right? This lack of acceptance, this clinging to whatever these heavy, heavy emotions are. If it's regret, if it is just absolute, like, just grief and regret and remorse, whatever these emotions are for you, and for whatever reason they've come up, you're definitely being told that they're hurting you, okay? The Devil is about addictions to patterns, being a slave to something. The Devil drains our energy, and it is a reflection of something that we have to work through, okay? The Death card coming up is a release. It is a let go of these. With death comes peace. With an ending to these emotions comes peace. You can't move forward, right? This reverse 3 of Wands, technically you want to be right side up. You want to be setting forward motion in your life into something that's going to bring you joy, something that's going to spark happiness and passion and ignite joy in your heart. But you're not there. You're in the reverse position because you have to let go. You have to release these emotions that are plaguing you. It's really, really important for your well-being, and it's what you deserve. All right. So you have to invoke the peace of Spirit in, and you have to absolutely surrender and give things up as much as you can, and understand you're in a process and it doesn't happen overnight, but you have to take the baby steps to get that happening because you deserve it. End of story. You deserve it. And you're ending with the King of Fire, which is forward movement into a new chapter, into something new, okay? It also comes with the King of Fire is about teaching others. It's about helping others. And if you notice, like, just like, look at this. Look at how these two show up together, right? You have the acceptance, the red root chakra acceptance card. With all of these, you know, everything is red. She's making this cherry pie, but it like reminds me like these cherries are shaped like hearts. And then you have the King of Fire with his red heart with the like illumination behind him. When you can work through and accept where you are and accept everything that's ever gone on in your life to be something that has created you and shaped you into who you are now, you're going to be able to shine your light. You're going to be able to give love and peace to others. You're going to be able to help others do the same that you're working through, all right? But you're not there yet because you have some work to do. So this week, you have the Hanged Man. So you're not quite ready to shine your light and help others get through it because you yourself are in the Hanged Man state where you are at a standstill. Spirit is saying you have to let go. You have energies that have to be let go of. You have to release these intense emotions as much as possible, baby steps, because you need a fresh start, all right? Hanging on to them and clinging to them is not serving you at all. So remember this take a break card. Do things this week that are going to make you feel more relaxed, make you feel less pressure, remove these emotions from your being, at least temporarily. Do things that are a breath of fresh air, bring joy, go see a movie, like do things that are a break from reality and are a distraction from the feelings that you're dealing with, okay? But no matter what, Spirit loves you. No matter what has ever gone on, you are loved, you are surrounded by angels at all times. And ultimately, though we can't understand why things happen the way that they do, you definitely want to trust and have faith that you are loved and everything has always been for your highest good of your soul's growth, okay? So I wish you all the best. I have so much compassion for you because I feel like you guys are in a rough moment. And I don't know how long you've been there. And I pray that you start to feel relief because that's what you deserve. All right? So thank you so much for watching. I wish you all the best.